Hello Cosmic Dragon friends, and welcome to this new pick a card reading. We are going to have a look today to see which Archangel is asking to work with you, which Archangel, which beautiful angelic presence would like to work with you at this point in your life. Now, you may know lots about angels already, you may already work with them, you might know nothing about them at all, and that's okay. It really doesn't matter. So we're just going to have a look to see which Archangel wants to come into your life, wants to work with you, or perhaps work with you more deeply, or work with you again. So we do have 5 piles of cards here. The Selenite's trying to run away as usual. And I've got 5 crystals here as well. Now, I should hasten to add that I don't know which Archangel is under each pile, so I haven't consciously picked a crystal which corresponds to that specific Archangel. That will have happened intuitively. So, see which pile of cards you are drawn to. Pile 1, we have Turquoise crystal. Pile 2, we have Selenite, which I'm going to try to stop from rolling away. Pile 3, this is actually Celestite, which is an angel crystal. These are all crystals that I use when I'm working with angels. So this is Celestite. This one is Angelite on pile 4. And then on pile 5, we have some rose quartz. So see which pile you are most drawn to. You may be drawn to more than one, and that's okay too. And then you can find the timestamp in the description below, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile 1. You've chosen the pile of cards with the turquoise crystal. We shall pop that over here. So let's take a look at your cards to see which Archangel would like to work with you at this time. So your cards, we have Archangel Gabriel. Here they are. Coming through with a very feminine energy as well here. Sometimes you see Gabriel named as Gabrielle. And it's important to remember that angels don't have a gender. They don't have a sex. They don't need it. They're kind of beyond that. So they are neither male nor female. They embody both the divine masculine and the divine feminine absolutely perfectly and in balance. So Archangel Gabriel, as we know, is the messenger angel, is connected to communication. And some of the message coming through here is connected to creative writing, also to nurturing, possibly to working with children. But it feels very much like it's time for you to start speaking up as well here with these particular cards. So Archangel Gabriel is also connected to the sacral chakra. That's the orange one that sits just below the navel. So there could be some work to do there on the sacral chakra for you. Gabriel is connected to creativity, of course. Brings in the element of water as well. So it may be connected to emotions as well and how you express your emotions. I feel that could be something. Or maybe learning to express yourself in a way that includes your emotions but doesn't allow them to overwhelm you as well. So very interesting Archangel to come through for you. Certainly one of the big 4 that's used in ritual, you know, in higher magics. And when I'm doing angelic healing, for example, Gabriel is one of the angels that I will actually call in. So let's take a look at your other cards to see what it is that Gabriel actually wants to do with you, to see what aspects of your life that Gabriel actually wants to work with you. So we have the archetypes of the Fool and the Teacher. Now that is interesting. Okay, that does come through very strongly connected to communication. It may simply be about communicating with other people, perhaps on social media, perhaps helping to inform or teach other people through social media or through popular forms of media. I feel perhaps it does feel like there is a need for you to help to educate other people in some way, but without getting too serious about it. I want to say with the Fool energy coming through, there's kind of a fun energy here. Maybe you are literally a teacher, or you want to be, or some sort of spiritual teacher for other people. But there's a very loving, caring energy with you as well, pile 1, I feel. And that is very important. And that does need to be very much a part of this work that you're going to be doing with Archangel Gabriel. So let's see. So we have Angel Yvonne and Angel Desiree. I see. So Angel Yvonne does normally connect with animals as well. So there's a connection with animal spirits coming in here as well, which is very beautiful, very gentle energy as well. So it could be that you actually want to work with animal communication, with psychic communication, telepathic communication with animals. Animals are very receptive to that. They're very good communicators when they want to be. So that could be a path for you to actually follow, for you to work with Archangel Gabriel. And Desiree comes in. This is normally a warning card. This is one to tell you that divine divine timing is at play. So if things aren't working out for you at the moment, or if a direction is not available to you, or perhaps a door has closed when you didn't expect it to, there is a very good reason for that right now. And that's not to say that that door will not open at a later date, but it feels like you may be being pulled in a slightly different direction to the one that perhaps you're expecting to go in at the moment. And there is a divine reason for that. This is not by accident, not at all. So let's bring in our last two oracle cards here. We have Sleep, which is a guardian angel card, and we have Love, God. Wow. Wow, that's a really beautiful card to show up, this one. Divine love from heaven is partly the message that Archangel Gabriel wants to bring you at this time. And I feel there is a connection with the guardian angel, your own guardian angel presence here as well, who may be working with Gabriel. They may be working in conjunction with each other. In fact, I'm sure they would be. The Sleep card coming in. So it may simply be a message that you do need to rest more. Maybe you do need a break for something, and perhaps or a break from something, and perhaps that's why it's not the moment to move in a certain direction at the moment. Maybe you feel you're being held back, but it might just be because you're exhausted, you're overextended, you have been doing too much. It's not quite the right moment for you to move forwards in this other direction right now. I feel it could also be connected to your dreams and messages. I feel that Archangel Gabriel could very much be communicating with you through dreams, and you may have been having some very potent, very vivid dreams recently, or you may be about to have some very vivid dreams where Gabriel will actually be communicating with you. They may actually show up in your dream, which is rather wonderful when angels do that. But certainly pay attention to the messages coming through from the divine right now. It certainly does feel, I mean, of course it's communication, but it's Gabriel, but it does feel like your life's purpose is very strongly connected to communication in and of itself. And that may not be something that you're directly doing at the moment. It is education, it is helping people to grow and learn, but also growing and learning for yourself as well. And there is this deep connection to children that comes in with this card up here as well. So it does feel like you are here to be a spiritual guide to others. And I feel like Gabriel is perhaps coming in to really help you to understand and realise that aspect of yourself. So we're going to bring in a little angel message here now for you. Oops, these are hard to shuffle. They're heart-shaped. Okay. Oops, that'll be yours then. This one wanted to come out too, so I'm going to pull two here. So when a card leaps out the deck, it's for you. We don't put it back again. So we have self-criticism. Are you being too hard on yourself, pile one? Are you a Virgo? Do you have Virgo parents? I do. Oh. We, your angels, ask you to please be more compassionate towards yourself. So again, this is about words. This is about how you use your words, how you use your communication. And our inner communication is just as important as the outer communication with other people. How we communicate with the self, how we talk to ourselves. Our self-talk is so important, and that's absolutely life-changing depending on how we talk to ourselves. Observe the times when you have critical thoughts about you and make an effort to replace these negative thoughts with positive, loving ones. You are a wondrous being of light, even if at times you think you are less than perfect. Remember that God and divine perfection exists in all things. Lovely. And then we have a little prayer. Dear God, and this doesn't have to be God, and it's not a Christian God necessarily, this is whatever you believe in. Help me always to remember that this present life is but a fleeting moment within eternity. Help me always to remember that this life is but a dream. Help me always to remember that you exist within everyone and everything. Help me always to remember that love is all there is and all else is an illusion. Thank you. Very beautiful. And that's nice that it came out on top of the love card here as well, the love from God. So it is very much this reminder from God, Goddess, you know, whatever you call the source of all things. It really doesn't matter. Names are irrelevant. They're just something for us humans to compartmentalise things and give them labels. Very, very beautiful message of love coming through from God, and of worthiness as well. And Archangel Gabriel being connected to the sacral chakra. Yes, this is about worthiness, I feel as well. There could be some work to do there on the sacral chakra, on your self-worth, or how you see yourself in the world. I want you to understand how important you are in this world. You are here for a reason. You are here for an important reason. You are not here by accident. Okay, always, please always remember that. So let's bring in some more cards now, and we're just going to see if Archangel Gabriel has any messages for you about what they want to work on with you, or any advice that they'd like to give pile one. Okay. Right, Archangel Gabriel, what would you like to say? Yes, darkest fears on 9. Open up 4. And spread your wing. Yes. Okay, kind of reiterating the previous cards, which happens a lot in my readings. When I pick up a different deck, very often it reiterates what the first one said. And that could be because I didn't explain the first cards properly or in enough detail. Or sometimes it's because the person wasn't listening and they need to be told it again. But this is a very nice confirmation of the messages. So yes, it does feel like there is a fear of speaking up here. There is a fear of being your true self and letting the world see that. And I think that's what Archangel Gabriel really wants to work with you here, because you have a very important mission here on earth. There is a lot of wisdom within you, and I think there may be a fear of sharing that wisdom. You may be a reluctant mystic, the words I given, maybe a reluctant spiritual teacher for others, but spiritual teacher you are. And I think once you see that and accept it, it's going to make your life make a lot more sense. Coming together on number 2 and balance on 14. Yes, yeah, there's a lot to do with balance here. There is a lot to do with balancing the different aspects of self and realizing how important the spiritual aspects of you are as well. You know, you might be somebody who can channel, who's very psychic, or who's a medium, and maybe you sort of compartmentalize that ability and it doesn't occur to you to include that as part of your whole self. You know, maybe you only use that ability in certain circumstances and you kind of switch it off in others. But there may be a way to actually integrate, that's what the word I want to use, integration of all aspects of yourself. That's what I want to talk about here. And I feel Archangel Gabriel will help you to integrate all of those different aspects of self. And I feel as well it could be to do with, like I said, mediumship came to mind, and psychic ability, telepathy, animal communication. It is all about communication, but higher levels of communication to actually help humankind, to help mankind to ascend, to grow spiritually and emotionally in many ways, to bring balance to mankind. We've got 2 2s here as well, which is very noticeable to me being a numerologist. 2 can be a beautiful number of balance. 14 5. So again, 14 brings in the balance, it brings in a cool-headedness as well, I want to say, and that's something you're very, very capable of. You are very capable of speaking from the heart with a very cool head, and bringing through very powerful messages, very powerful information for other people, and I don't think you should overlook that. It feels like you may be somebody who can actually help people in their relationships as well. So you might be somebody who's a counsellor or who wants to be a counsellor. I think you'd be very, very good at that too. But whatever it is that you want to do, and of course remember this is a group reading, so take the aspects that make sense for you, leave the elements that don't. Okay, don't expect this to necessarily make 100% sense for you. All right, this is a group reading, lots of people are going to watch this. Okay, take the bits that are for you. It does feel like some of you certainly are you help people to uncover their hidden gems, their hidden pearls. So you could be a counsellor, you could be a life coach, you could be somebody who genuinely wants to help people get the best out of themselves. But it is that teacher theme that comes through so very, very strongly for you that I feel Archangel Gabriel wants to work with you on. So we're just going to bring in some charms now. I feel drawn to get some of these for you. Let's see. Okay, what other messages does Archangel Gabriel have for pile 1, please? About what they want to work on, what they need to know. Okay, we have a little rocking horse. We have a little frog. We have some glasses. Oh, there's the moon. And we have a heart. Okay. So the rocking horse, I do want to go to childhood with the rocking horse. You may be someone that works with children or wants to work with children, very connected, strongly connected to the children card up here, the card with the children on the baby. I'm very drawn to that. I'm very drawn to childhood as well. So it could be, for some of you, literally communicating, talking about your childhood, maybe talking about some things that perhaps weren't so nice that happened to you in childhood that you recovered from. You know, we may be looking at past abuse that you've had to deal with, and perhaps talking about your journey, talking about your path. But it's a very, very beautiful, gentle energy that comes through with you, this lovely big heart, and it is a very, very big heart that comes through here. So the little frog's an amphibian. They can exist inside and outside of the water. So I want to say with you, again, it's this very psychic energy of being able to exist in this world and the other one, sort of having 1 foot in each in this world, 1 foot in this world, 1 foot in the spirit realm. So you have this huge potential, I feel, for spirit communication if you're not already working as a medium, if you're not already aware of that ability. In the glasses, yeah. I do want to talk about foresight here. So it could be that you're actually very clairvoyant. There could be a specific link to glasses here, which is relevant to you, to spectacles. But I do get the word foresight when I feel this. Okay, when I feel it. That's the word they're giving me. Do apologise if I stumble over my words. Sometimes they come through me, not from me, so I don't always know what's coming out as they come out. Foresight, there's a connection to foresight here. There could be a connection to astrology here as well, because I mean, this is a moon, but it could also be a sun with these lovely little rays coming off it here. It could be a sun and moon together. And I want to talk about your sun and moon sign, see what's going on there in your astrology. Just take a moment to revisit that. I want to talk about Mercury as well. I'm very drawn to Mercury with Archangel Gabriel because of the communication element. And with the glasses here, I just want to say have another look. Have another look at your sun, moon and your Mercury there, because that could be quite revelatory as to your actual path. But you have such a big heart, so much love inside, and I think it's time that everybody saw that, but in a way that isn't detrimental to you, in a way that is helpful to you, in a way that helps you to express who you truly are, to help mankind in a way that does not deplete you. That's incredibly important to remember. So I'm going to leave it there. These are quite short readings. If you feel drawn to another pile, please, of course, do watch that. If you feel drawn to, you can watch 2, you can watch 3, you know, however many you feel specifically drawn to work with. There is no limit on how many archangels you can work with, of course. Let's see what you're drawn to. So thank you so much for watching pile 1. I'm sending you so much love. Please do remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, do leave a message for me to tell me which archangel you are drawn to work with, and I will see you very soon. Bye-bye. Hello, pile 2. You've chosen the pile of cards with the Selenite crystal, very strongly connected to the moon. So let's pop that over here. Hope it doesn't roll away. It normally tries to when I use it for readings. Let's take a look to see which archangel wants to work with you at this time. Your archangel is Archangel Uriel. Oh, wonderful. There they are. Okay, we've got 3 cards representing Uriel or Uriel here from the Archangels deck. Right. Wow, that's wonderful. There's a lot of peace that comes in with Archangel Uriel. Always brings in a very peaceful energy and a lot of wisdom here as well. Very, very gentle, beautiful energy coming in, asking to work with you. So Archangel Uriel does actually connect to the root chakra, the base chakra, so that's the red one right at the bottom of the spine. And Uriel is about service to mankind, so it's about actual service to other people, and I feel there is a connection to pile 1 here as well, so you may feel drawn to check that one out as well. But I feel like Uriel wants to come in to, first of all, bring peace into your life, but also to guide you. And I mean, the Brilliant Idea card is about divine guidance very much, and claircognizance is about just knowing things and not knowing why you know them. That's what it means. And it is a psychic ability that you may well be endowed with. I mean, we all have it to a point. We all have every psychic ability to a point, but of course, just like everything, just like every ability, some people have them stronger than others. Some people have them in, you know, we can work with them more easily than other people can. For example, I'm very, very clairaudient. I'm very clairaudient. You know, it's kind of one of my strongest abilities. But I do feel that there is a mission for you. That's the word I get, this mission. It's like Archangel Uriel comes in with your divine mission on earth right now. And if that's what you've been seeking, or if that's what you're already trying to embody, trying to do to help mankind, this is what Uriel is showing up for right now. So there's going to be a lot of divine guidance coming through, a lot of messages coming through for you from the divine, from Archangel Uriel at the moment. And Archangel Uriel also connected to ritual, to high magic ritual. This is one of the 8 archangels of the 4 directions coming in here. So this could be connected literally to magical working, to higher or lower magics that you're working with. I'm very drawn to the thunderbolt and also to the staff being held here in this card. So that there's definitely a connection to magic. You could be drawn to work with it, you could already be working with it, but there is this great wisdom. There's this kind of this hermit figure representing Uriel there, and it comes through with the strong energy of the number 9 here as well. So let's bring out some more cards. We have Liberator, so these are archetype cards, these 2, and Athlete. Oh wow, okay. That is interesting. It's a very interesting energy coming through here. So you are somebody who is here to help liberate mankind. And you may be very interested actually in physical health. You may be interested in diet, in fitness, in actual physical health, but also the health of the soul, because they are very, very strongly connected. You may be interested in yoga. You may be a yoga teacher, Tai Chi, Qigong, you know, something like that comes through very strongly. The subject of a spiritual practice, but a physical spiritual practice, which is quite easy to overlook because we think, oh, I'll just sit and meditate, you know, but the body needs its spiritual practice too, and that could be where you shine. But Liberator, wow, you're a real warrior for people. This is wonderful. Again, this is feels very strongly connected to pile one, so you may be drawn to read that one too, or to watch that one too. Very interesting. And the colours coming through here are very, very psychic colours coming through, very spiritual colours on these cards. I'm very drawn to the dark blues. I'm very drawn to the it's funny because I'm actually touching the chakra I want to talk about, which is my third eye, but I kept getting the word solar plexus coming through as I was touching it, which is very odd. It was almost like a miscommunication, almost like a connection. What is that? Sorry, I'm just trying to get the words through as I'm channeling this, because these words come through me, not from me. Bear with me. There's a connection with the third eye, but there's also a connection with the solar plexus here, which makes sense actually, because we've got the two colours of the third eye and the solar plexus very strongly represented in the cards in front of us here. So we've got those two chakras flagging up to be worked on as well, I want to say. I want to bring in the crystal lapis lazuli, which I'm going to bring in here as well. I'm very drawn to that one for you, for your work with Archangel Uriel. But yes, third eye, absolutely third eye, and also solar plexus, I feel may need work, may need clearing. You know yourself better than anyone, so there could be some work to do there to perhaps get some crystals to support those chakras, to bring them better into balance, because there's always something we can do to bring ourselves more into balance. You know, we can never be 100% perfect. We are on this earth plane. It's not a perfect place to be. We are not perfect beings while we're here, or we don't appear to be. We are, of course, on the spiritual level. Wow, very interesting cards. All right, okay, let's bring in some more cards. We have Mystique. Oh, wow, look, another horse, another unicorn. Now, that is interesting. We have Francesca. Okay, and Francesca always asks the question, what is it that you want? Okay, so again, more interesting, more blues coming in. Very mysterious colours. I'm still with the... Every time I try to say third eye chakra, solar plexus wants to jump out of my mouth, which is so bizarre. Every time I touch my third eye, which I'm doing with my hand right now, you can't see because I'm off camera, I get solar plexus. It's so odd. I don't know what that connection is between the two chakras for you, pile two, but it's there and it's very strong. This is quite remarkable. But we have these two unicorns, okay, and I don't think any of the other cards in these decks I'm using right now actually have unicorns on them at all. There's very few, if there are any. Certainly in this deck, there's only one card with a unicorn on. I'm not aware of many in the Archangel's deck. So clearly the unicorn is a very powerful image for you. It's a very powerful totem animal, I want to say, coming through to work with you. So there's something coming through from the etheric realms to work with you and to work with Archangel Uriel with the unicorn energy very, very strongly. And it's very powerful unicorn energy as well. This is a divine masculine unicorn energy coming through here, really bringing you strength, bringing you power. So it could be that you are literally somebody who is very physically strong, or who wants to be, or is very interested in that. Or it might just be that you're very very powerful, perhaps on a spiritual level, but there's a real strength that comes through with you, pile two, and it's wonderful to tap into, actually. And the question that you're being asked here is, what is it that you actually want? What would you like? So rather than Uriel telling you what you have to do, Uriel is asking you, what would you like? And I will help you to achieve it. What is it that you want right now? Let's look at you. Rather than you helping everybody else, let's look at you. What would you like to achieve right now? And that's a very, very nice place to be in, where there's an archangel stepping into your life saying, what would you like? Almost like a magical genie coming in. So you may be working with the law of attraction here, and Uriel could be stepping in to help you with that. And our final card, we have animals. Now, this is very interesting. Again, there's a connection to pile one here, because we had a very similar card from a different deck coming in. This one comes in with St. Francis of Assisi, so you could actually have a strong connection to St. Francis of Assisi. You actually want to call him in. I want to say there could be animal communication for you. Again, I had that with pile one too. I'm very, very strongly connected to and drawn to pile 1 for you guys as well. So if you're drawn to watch that, please do. If you're not, that's fine. You don't have to watch it if it doesn't resonate for you. And remember, this is a group reading, so not everything will necessarily make sense. Take the elements that resonate for you, leave the bits that don't make sense for you. But strong connection to animals, which did come through with the unicorn cards here as well. It may be literally pets, maybe literally small animals that you want to work with, or maybe that's your desire. Maybe you want to have animals more in your life, play a bigger part in your life. Maybe you want to work on animal communication and you haven't had the opportunity to do that. Maybe you want to work with horses. Maybe you want to do equine healing, which is a very, very beautiful thing to do. So ask, what is it that you want right now? And I feel as well, animals could be a real guide for you. Remember that animals are not backwards about coming forwards. When they want something, they make it very clear and they just try and get it. They don't worry about what people will think of them. They just go for it. They just take, and not in a bad way, in a very simple, in a very gentle, not always gentle, in a very simple, straightforward way. There's no malice with animals. They're just very clear on what they want, and they're very clear on their boundaries as well. I just want to mention boundaries for you. Pile 2, maybe something to look at here. Maybe that you give too much and don't focus on what you need enough, which is often the message that Francesca brings through. So let's bring in some more cards here to see if there's any advice or messages that Archangel Uriel has for you. Is there anything that pile 2 needs to know? What would Archangel Uriel like to say? Oh, okay. To pile 2. Right, these cards want to come through. When cards fall out of the deck, you take them out because they are messages for you. You don't put them back again. I'm sure you know that. Okay. Anything else? Yep, that one. Thank you very much. Okay, 18, confronting the shadow. Yeah. 2, the sacral chakra. 3, share the love. Okay, that's interesting because pile 1 is connected to the sacral chakra as well. I know I keep banging on about pile 1. If you're not interested in watching it, that's fine, but there may be a connection here for a lot of you, so I feel it could be worth watching that one if it resonates. Right. Shared resources, sharing. Yes, what is your shadow? I feel for some people there could be some issues with codependency coming through that Archangel Uriel wants to help you with. And by codependency, I don't mean necessarily being dependent on somebody else. I mean, you always wanting to feel needed and helping other people, always wanting to be the hero for other people, perhaps. That could be something that is a wonderful trait, but at times it can become toxic if you're not paying enough attention to what your needs actually are. Perhaps that is how you identify in the world. I help other people, that's my identity. Well, yeah, that's great, but you must also help yourself. There must be that balance between giving and receiving. And this is what I want to say with the Share the Love card. I want more balance in giving and receiving in your life. Learn to receive more, learn to receive better. Now, this isn't for all of you, of course, because this is a group reading, but for some of you out there, you know who you are as I'm saying this. Learn to receive better. Allow other people to give to you, because I feel like you're too busy being everyone's champion sometimes. And that's wonderful because that is part of your spiritual path. But you must achieve the balance. You must look at the shadow aspect of that too and see where that could be toxic for you, where that could be harmful for you, where you may be hurting yourself by not following your dreams and always trying to help other people, always trying to be the hero or heroine for others. That does seem quite important. So let us, okay, let us bring in an angel card. There it is. It jumped out all by itself. Gorgeous orange colour, again connecting with the sacral chakra. So action. Drop all fear and just do it. You have the power to create and be whatever you truly want. Look inside your heart and take positive action in those things that bring you closer to achieving your desired goals. Again, connecting very much with Francesca here. What is it that you want? Ask for it and take action. Nothing can stop you except your own fears. This card is positive confirmation that from God and the angels that the time is right for you to start a new and exciting adventure. So what is holding you back? What are the shadows? What is it that you are afraid of? Because we're all afraid of something. We all have shadow work to do. You may already be doing your shadow work, which is wonderful, to integrate those parts of you that you've rejected, the wounded parts of you that you hide. We all have them without exception, unless we are literally an avatar at this point. very spiritually ascended being, and there's very few of those. We don't encounter them very often on Earth. I'm hoping that we will do more frequently as time goes on. I think as we move into the age of Aquarius, we will definitely see more ascended beings on Earth. That's what I'm being told anyway. So is there anything else, Archangel Uriel, that you would like to say to pile 2 just before we finish? Well-deserved reward. Yes, it will be worth it. It will be worth it. I feel that's a very strong message for you right now, Pile 2. It will be worth it. Your efforts will be rewarded. It will be worth it. You are an incredible person. You do deserve all the things that you want. Okay, and if you are working with the law of attraction, you might be interested in reading my book, which I will link to you below, which is called Dream Bigger, How the Law of Attraction Really Works. But yes, there are wonderful things coming for you. There is, again, it's that number 9 that I mentioned, hermit energy coming through. Great wisdom. Number 9 comes before 10, and it is that last stage where we can sort of revel in our achievements, in our accomplishments, if you like, where we do accomplish what it is that we want before we dissolve into 10 and start something completely new and different and exciting. So I feel there's recognition coming in for you. I think there are rewards literally coming in. They could be coming in the workplace. It could be a bonus. It could be a thank you. It could be some commission you've earned. It could be something from a client that you're not expecting, or from a family member even. But certainly there is recognition here from heaven from all of the things that you've done from other people. All of the things that you have done for other people. There's recognition here. Yes, you're an incredible person, Pile 2. You help other people, you support other people, even if you don't give yourself enough credit for it. The universe is giving you credit for it. Archangel Uriel is giving you credit for that right now. And Archangel Uriel is going to help you to live the life of your desires and your dreams moving forwards. It feels like it's time to put yourself front and center. And that's not selfish. It's absolutely okay to do that at times, all right? We've got to bring that balance back into giving and receiving in your life. I feel that seems to be a very, very important theme for some of you here, and that's what Uriel will do. And in doing so, you will actually be an inspiration to other people. Okay, you could be literally an inspiration on a cognitive level, but you've got to remember, as you heal yourself, because we are all connected, you know, all human beings, all animals, actually, all of us are connected on Earth. Everyone is connected. As you heal yourself, as you bring this balance into your own life, you are helping to bring it into other people's as well. And that's the bit that we miss sometimes. We think, oh no, I have to just help other people. Well, no, you must help yourself, because as you heal yourself, you also heal other people by osmosis. It's an incredibly important lesson to remember. So healer, heal thyself. Okay. So my heroic Pile 2s, thank you so much for watching. These are quite short readings, so please do feel free to watch one or more of the other angelic readings here if you feel drawn to do so. Please do like this video if you haven't already. Leave me a comment. Let me know which archangel you picked in your reading, or archangels that you've picked. Please do remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm sending you so much love and gratitude and appreciation, and I will see you very soon. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 3. You've chosen the pile of cards with the Celestite crystal. This is actually quite a pale blue. It's not a very polished piece, but this is a very powerful angelic crystal here that I use when I'm working with angels. So let's take a look to see which archangel would like to work with you at this time. So for you we have Archangel Michael. Oh, wonderful. Okay, I was wondering when he was going to show up. Okay, Archangel Michael would like to work with you, Pile 3. Beautiful. Archangel Michael's a very powerful protector. I do feel that you may need that protection at the moment. You'll notice he carries a sword in all of the pictures here. He's also known as the Angel of Death. He does help people to pass over at the end of their lifetime on Earth. That is something that he does. So you could actually be a medium, or you could be somebody who works with people at the end of their lives too. Very, very powerful protective angel. He is the archangel that we call upon in meditation or in magical workings, for example, for protection. And he's also one of the archangels of the directions that we use in magical working, so there could be a connection to magics there too. Now, Michael is connected to the throat chakra, so interesting that we have a crystal which is also connected to the throat chakra here. And he is also about spiritual knowledge and becoming a spiritual seeker, so that could already be you. You may already be on this path of seeking deeper spiritual knowledge for yourself and also to help other people. So let's bring in some more cards here. We have Hero, Heroine. Ah, okay. And we have the Thief. Right, you are a very protective energy. Okay, it does feel very strongly to me that you are here wanting to really protect, shield, and help other people. You may be one of these people who literally wants to help protect mankind from those who would do us harm right now. You may consider yourself, you know, some sort of spiritual warrior, which would resonate very strongly with Archangel Michael's energy as well. There's definitely a spiritual warrior energy comes through here. You may specifically have a past lifetime, some of you as well, I feel, as an actual warrior. I get that kind of war energy from past lifetimes coming through at the moment, which I don't always get with Archangel Michael. You know, this is just for here, this is just for now for this reading. And remember, this is a group reading, so take the elements that make sense for you, leave the ones that don't. But there's like a past war lifetime specifically, like you know how to do this, you know how to wage battle. You've brought some of that knowledge through from these past lifetimes with you. You see how people are being taken advantage of, and you will not stand for that. There's a real sense of justice, a real sense of fair play that comes through so strongly for you, pile 3. You could be a Libra, or you could have Libra quite strongly in your chart. I also want to say Virgo coming through quite strongly here for some of you. But there is this real desire to help humanity, to help, you know, humanity to progress, you know, to assist yourself and your family and your loved ones as well, of course. But there's this bigger mission that comes through for you as well, I feel. But it's a very protective energy. So you could be somebody who does work with protective magics, or teaches people how to shield their energy. And that could be something for you to learn as well, if you don't already know how to do that, to learn how to shield your energy. And you can, of course, call in Archangel Michael to teach you a way to do that, because there are many ways to do these things. You know, when we're shielding, grounding our energy, there are many ways to do it. There's not just one way to do this stuff. There are as many ways as there are people, and then some. Call in Archangel Michael. I feel like he has a lot to teach you at the moment. There's a lot that he wants to, he really wants to lead you forward. He wants to lead you in the direction of your soul's true path at the moment. It does feel very strongly to me that he wants to do that. Let's bring in some more cards, get a bit more clarity here. So we have Fiona. That's divine assistance. So now that you've asked the angels for help, be open to receiving divine guidance and assistance. Yeah, that's what I feel he wants to do. He really wants to guide you at the moment. And there's a reminder here that you are deserving of heaven's help as well. He really wants to help you. You may have called to him. You know, you may already work with Archangel Michael. Lots of us do. I love Archangel Michael's energy. I work with him a lot. He comes through a lot for me as well. I love embodying his energy. And Chantal is actually a romance angel. Now, this is interesting that she should show up, because this isn't necessarily connected to a romantic relationship for you. It could be. It could absolutely be connected to a romantic relationship for some people watching. But with Chantal being a romance angel, and Archangel Michael being the angel that I would normally call on to cut ties with people, I feel like you could be somebody who actually helps people move on from difficult relationships. You could be somebody who helps people get out of toxic relationships. And that doesn't necessarily mean romantic relationships. You know, it could be a toxic relationship with a boss, with a government, you know, with an authority figure, with a family member. It feels very much that you, because this protective energy, I sense, I feel part of your path, and perhaps something that Archangel Michael would want to work with you on, is helping people to cut ties with those who are toxic, who are harmful, who would steal their joy, steal their energy, from energy vampires, you know, from people who are high in narcissistic traits, who are psychopathic, who are sociopathic, who use other people, who take advantage of other people. That is what you will not stand for, and that is what Archangel Michael is here to help you with. And this, it feels very strongly that this is part of your life's mission. You may actually be, I'm just being told, you may be somebody who actually wants to run for government or for local authority or something, just to step in and be a voice to genuinely help people. So that could be something you are actually specifically drawn to. You could be drawn to working with the law, for example, as well. I'm very drawn to legal professions, or perhaps being a judge or a magistrate or something, but you'd do it for the right reasons, and you would try to uphold higher spiritual law, I feel, because human law can be very petty, can be unfair, cruel, can really go against natural law in many ways. It feels like the kind of higher natural law, I want to say, that sort of should supersede all of the human laws that we have. And certainly in the UK, I mean, our entire legal system is based on maritime law, which is, if you ask me, a load of bollocks. Please don't ban me, YouTube. But it is, when it comes down to it, it's extremely tenuous, you know, and I don't agree with much of it. You know, there are many, many things I do not agree with, of course. Of course, there are aspects that I do, but I'm more a believer in natural law and in common law than I am in the maritime law, which in many cases seems extremely unfair and very tricky to work with, very dishonest. However, that's just my opinion. So, and you might not be in the UK, you know, law may be very different in the country that you are from. But there could be you know, you could be involved in campaigning to change laws that you believe are unfair, because that's a theme that's coming strongly through me, which is why I'm feeling drawn to say these things. I don't normally talk about that stuff. I try not to be too controversial on this channel. I don't want to get banned. Okay, and finally, we have stress management coming through. Ah, yes. With the guardian angel card here, this gorgeous spiritual jaguar, this lovely, beautiful tropical angel here as well. I feel very much part of your path and what Archangel Michael helps you to do, or will want to help you to do, is to help people's lives, to help them to be less stressed, to help them to stop being manipulated by other people. Because when you're being manipulated, when you're being abused, when you're being controlled by another person, it's extremely stressful. There could also be literally that you are drawn to holistic healing, alternative well-being, something like that. With the stress management card coming in, it could literally be that there's a connection to South America here for some of you as well, with this beautiful jaguar coming through. He looks a lot like my Bedford. If you've seen him, I'm sure you will see him at some point on this channel. He does like to wander over my cards sometimes. So let's just ask Archangel Michael what else he would like to say for you, if he has any other messages for you, anything he would like to tell you, any advice that he has for you at this. No, that's too many cards. We can't have all of those. Okay, they just fell in my lap. I'm going to take some of them and put those ones back. Normally I say when cards fall out, you know, we will keep them, but that was just silly. That was too many. Okay. Spread your wings, number 2. Number 5, throat chakra. Well, that's appropriate. And 9, well-deserved reward. Now, that's interesting. I shuffled these very carefully, but these 2 cards have already come out today. I have shuffled them very carefully in between readings, though. So the throat chakra, communication, yes. Archangel Michael is connected to the throat chakra, as I've already said. He is about communication. You may be drawn to watch pile 1, actually, with this one as well. There could be a connection there for some of you, pile 2 for others. Yes. It might be time to go bigger. It might be that you already help people, perhaps you organise petitions, or perhaps you help to campaign for certain things that you think are unfair or wrong. I feel like it's time to go bigger with the Spread Your Wings card coming in. It's time to go bigger. Go big or go home. Because there is much that you can achieve in this lifetime. You're extremely capable. I feel that there will be recognition for what you've done. Even if it's not now, it may be a little bit later on down the road when changes have actually happened in your community, in your country, you know, wherever you are. I think that recognition may come later on down the road. But you are very much needed as a voice, as a leader right now. And yes, Archangel Michael is absolutely asking you to trust any impulses that you have, to stand up, to help people, to protect people, to follow your true soul's path. And although that can sound very masculine, we have a very feminine energy here in a traditional tarot deck. This is the Empress. This is nurturing energy. You are here to help nurture people. You are not here to bash heads together, although you will if you have to, clearly. It's a very feminine, gentle, but assertive divine feminine that you come in with here. And that doesn't matter whether you're masculine, you know, or feminine, whether you're male or female, makes no odds whatsoever. But there is this powerful healership. That's a new word. Okay, healership is the word they give me. Coming through here for you. This is your divine mission on earth. This is what you have to do right now. You're here to trust spirit, to trust God, to trust God, goddess, whatever you want to call the divine, doesn't matter. To trust Archangel Michael to lead you forwards. Now he's asking you to please have faith that he will lead you forwards. And it will be loving. You will not be put in danger. You will be safe. You will be taken care of. So, okay, let's get an angel message here for you. We have forgiveness. Holding on to a past hurt is preventing you from moving forwards and achieving your heart's desires. Now, this is exactly what I was talking about, Archangel Michael and the cutting cord ceremony. Archangel Michael is an angel I work with when I do a cutting cord ceremony. I'm actually going to link to mine above now. that I have on another channel, my other channel, Angel Wings Holistics, that you can use, of course, if you want to, but it's just an example of one way you can work with Archangel Michael. But cutting cords and helping people move on, this could be a big part of your path. Again, you could help people with their romantic relationships. You know, you could work in counselling, you could be a dating coach, you know, you could be somebody that cuts energetic cords for people, literally. You could work with SRT, theta healing. Let it go. Forgiveness does not mean that you condone another's actions. No, it does not. Okay, forgiveness is literally letting go for your benefit. It's cutting the cords, it's letting it go, putting the bag of rocks down. We don't condone what the person did, okay? We don't let them off the hook. We're not letting them off the hook energetically. They still have their karma to deal with, okay? But we give ourselves a break. That's all it is. Okay, it simply means that you're no longer willing to be a perpetual victim to a particular person or event. Blame is a waste of your precious energy. Bless and surrender the past, for in doing so you will reclaim the joy of life. And that could be for you, or it could be that you are going to help other people to do this. Perhaps you already do. Maybe you already do help people with forgiveness and letting go of the past. And I always say to people, you know, forgiveness isn't about being a doormat and saying, oh, well, I know you did these horrible things to me, but I'm going to let you get away with it and we'll be best friends again. No, absolutely not. Fuck that. No way. No way. Some people are absolutely toxic, dangerous, and should never be let back into your life. Okay, that is not what it's about. It's not about being a doormat and letting that person back in. That's extremely toxic forgiveness. If you ask me, that's not true forgiveness. That's toxic forgiveness. Okay. And I didn't like it when I was a child and I was always being told, you have to forgive this person. Yeah, but they did that on purpose. Why should I? Yeah, you know, we should be discerning, again, who we let into our energy, who we let back into our energy. And again, this is one of the lessons that Archangel Michael can teach us. Be discerning who you let into your energy. He's very protective. I say he, I mean, you know, angels don't have a gender. It's not a thing, but I just say he for the ease of saying something, because Michael is a masculine name that we normally associate with men. And it doesn't matter, or women if you watch Star Trek Discovery. But I'm not a fan. But other Star Treks, yes, that one not so much. Too much crying. But yeah, certainly that there is this strong, powerful energy, and perhaps helping people to move on from things is a big part of your spiritual path. I certainly feel like Archangel Michael wants to work with that. With you on that at this time, whether it's in your own life, moving on from toxic relationships, difficult relationships, things that have drained you, or whether it's helping you to help other people, or perhaps both of those things. I think for many of you it could be both of those things. I just want to pull some charms for you, pile 3. I feel drawn to get some for you. Is there anything else that Archangel Michael wants to tell you? Oh, now that's interesting. The rocking horse we also had for pile 1. That is interesting. So it could be about letting go of things from childhood. When the rocking horse comes through, I'm usually taken to childhood here. I want to say letting go perhaps of mistreatment in childhood, or very, very old grudges. The anchor as well brings in, yeah, I want to talk about a new hope for the future with the anchor, and feeling grounded as well. And I was saying about clearing and grounding your energy, and the anchor comes in. I feel like Archangel Michael really wants to help you with clearing and grounding your energy as well. Feeling grounded, feeling stable, feeling secure. And we can't feel stable and secure if we have unhealed wounds from the past. You know, if we've suffered abuse in the past or as children, it's very difficult to feel grounded. Very often we feel very, very ungrounded and very unsure of ourselves, like Bambi. Got little Bambi here. You know, like the baby deer. And this is a young deer. This isn't an adult, this is a baby. Okay, so again, I want to go to childhood. It could be your childhood, or it could be you helping other people with their childhood wounds. There's this beautiful inner child energy coming through to be healed and balanced here as well, which is why I feel Archangel Michael wants to work with you. And we also have this lovely turtle here as well. Very wise turtle. The turtle for me is always wisdom. Very protective energy as well, the turtle. So that could be an animal for you to work with there. Has a hard shell, so very much protected, but can also swim in the water, and water very often represents emotions. So it is safe for you to delve in to those emotions. So, pile 3. It's been a pleasure. I hope that was helpful to you. Please do remember to leave a comment and tell me which archangel you chose or which archangels you chose. Remember, you can watch more than one of these if you feel drawn to. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers at the moment. I really, really appreciate it. You take so very good care of yourself, and I will see you very soon. Bye-bye. Hello, pile 4. You've chosen the pile of cards with the Angelite crystal, which we will pop here. And let's take a look to see which archangel would like to work with you at this time. So your archangel is Archangel Raphael. Wonderful, the healer. Gorgeous. Love Archangel Raphael. Now, you may already work with Raphael. You may be familiar with him already. Remember, angels don't have a gender. I just say him for ease of saying something. It could be they, you know. They're not male or female. They are ascended way beyond that. They have no need for reproductive organs. And they embody the divine masculine and feminine both beautifully. So, Archangel Michael is, of course, connected to the heart chakra, which is the one right at the middle of the 7 major chakras. It is the balance point, as the heart is the balance point of the human being as well. So this is about higher love and compassion. We can also connect to the higher heart chakra, which is a slightly smaller chakra, which sits above the heart chakra. The heart chakra is the green one that sits on top of the physical heart, so on your body where the actual heart would be. So it's a little bit higher up. It's a little pink one. I want to mention that one as well. I want to bring that one in too. So, very beautiful energy to work with. Archangel Raphael is the head of all the healer angels as well. So you may already be a healer, you may be working in a healing profession, you may be working in alternative health and well-being. He does like to work with people who are natural healers. He definitely shows up a lot for me, always has done. And comes in with a beautiful green ray of light as well. He works with the green ray. So it does feel as well that he is coming in to ask you to bring healing into your own life. I mean, that is very often why he shows up, is literally to say, it's time to bring healing into your life. It's time to actually help yourself, maybe to improve your lifestyle, to look at what you're eating, see if you're getting enough sleep, of course, you know, very obvious things that he could come in. And the breath is incredibly important as well. It could be yogic breath. It could be learning how to breathe properly, because many of us don't. Most of us don't. In fact, a lot of women definitely don't breathe properly. We kind of breathe from the chest rather than breathing from the diaphragm. And it may be that it's time to look at learning to breathe properly. I feel as well there could be a connection to the lungs here as well. It could be a connection to the health of your pulmonary system, so that could be something for you to look at. Remember, this is a group reading, so take the elements that make sense for you, leave the ones that don't. So let's bring in some more cards here to see what Archangel Raphael would like to say to you, what he'd like to guide you with, and what he would like to work with you on. So we have the Rebel and the Gambler. Interesting, both green cards. Now, I didn't choose them like that. I chose them completely blind. I haven't seen these. Okay. Green coming through is a very, very strong theme for you. So you could be drawn to green crystals, I want to say. Yes, and I want to say about unhealthy lifestyles as well with the Rebel and the Gambler. Maybe in your younger years you're a bit of a rebel without a clue. You know, some of us are, and that's okay. But it does feel like there's balance that's very much needed in your life, particularly in your well-being. Or it might be that you're here to bring balance and well-being to other people who are very much out of balance right now, because it does kind of feel like you might be working on a wish and a prayer right now. You might be literally hanging on by a thread in your life. Things might be very, very difficult for you. And the angel therapy card coming through as well, Archangel Raphael reminds you that he's here and all the angels are here to help you. You just have to ask for their help. And you do have to ask, okay? They cannot step in. Universal law dictates that angels can't step in and help you unless it's literally life and death and it's not your moment to go. Then they can step in and help. But unless you ask them, they cannot help you. So there's a reminder here to ask the angels to help you. Ask people for help. Ask for help. Ask for support. You don't always have to be quite so on the edge. Okay, you don't have to be quite so on the edge with everything all the time. And also, it is okay to be you, because it does feel like you are a little bit different. Maybe you are a little bit of a social outcast in some ways. Believe me, I resonate with that. Me too. I've never been the normal person. Who wants to be normal, right? I feel like there's a very original, maybe an Aquarian energy with you, maybe some Aquarius in your chart, maybe some interesting placements of Uranus with some of you as well. Very original energy, but it comes from the heart. I think you have a very good heart. I think you have a very loving heart here. And it feels like Raphael may be stepping in to really just help to steer you in the right direction. Maybe you were lacking a father figure. Maybe you were lacking in good male role models growing up. Maybe you didn't have that direction or that loving direction to help you go in the right direction. You've kind of just been winging it ever since, and you know that's true for many of us. So it feels like Raphael comes in with this gentle, steady hand on your shoulder just to help to direct you into a better way of being that's better for you, that's healthier for you, but also more enjoyable. It doesn't have to be rubbish. You know, it can be fun and healthy. You know, both things can be true. It's not always a case of things that are bad for you taste best. Okay. Okay, so we have, oh, interesting, Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel also coming in. So you actually have 3 archangels here. I did wonder if this would happen, because this is a different deck that does have a few archangels in it as well. This is my archangel deck at the top here. This is another angel deck these 2 cards come from. I wondered if we'd get some extra archangels. You have 3 archangels wanting to work with you. So you have Raphael, you have Michael, and also Gabriel, who in this deck comes through as Gabrielle with a more feminine energy. So that's very, very interesting. There is a lot of support for you, and I feel like it might be because you need it, pile 4. Maybe you really need the help and support right now. Maybe things aren't going well in your life at all. Maybe you need that love and support from your angelic family stepping in to help and support you here, because they're all here. Okay, you've got 3 very, very powerful archangels stepping in to help and support you. Raphael seems to be the one taking the lead here, but Michael and Gabriel want to help too. Michael's very protective. Gabriel is of course the messenger angel connected to communication. So make of that what you will, as that connects to your life. Be brave. Yes, guardian angel. So we've got a guardian angel card here as well. So it feels very much to me that your guardian angel is working with these 3 archangels, and they are literally here waiting to step in and help you to make positive changes in your life. But you have to ask for their help. Okay, ask for their help, invite them in, and it's not difficult. It's not hard to do. Literally all you have to do is say, angels help me. That's it. Okay, I've been in a situation before, which I will just mention. I was in a car crash that was a very, 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 very close to fatal. Okay, but it was almost a near miss. There was some minor damage to the car in the end, but it was so minor, and it should have been fatal for 3 people in the car, including myself. Okay, I don't know how that didn't happen. I really don't. But as we were literally about to go head on with, I stressed too, I wasn't driving. We were about to go head on with a lorry. Okay, and there was nowhere to go. Absolutely terrifying. The driver completely misjudged their maneuver, and I literally, I could feel all of a sudden this angelic presence all around me. It was like they stepped in. I literally went help, and they just stepped in, and I could feel them there around me. I could see all this white light. My eyes were kind of blinded for a second, and I knew everything was going to be okay, and I felt so calm and so okay, and it was really miraculous, really wonderful. And somehow we were taken out of the way of this approaching lorry, and it was, oh, I get emotional thinking about it because it was so powerful. But the angels will help you. They will step in to help you. It doesn't matter how difficult you think it is, or even if your life is really in the gutter right now, if you're in a very difficult state, okay, very difficult situation, and it feels like it's just too much work to get out of this situation, there's this message of courage coming through from the angelic realms. We are here to help you. We are here to support you. There's so much strength and support here for you, regardless of what your situation is. Or for some of you, it could be that you are here to bring this strength and support to other people. Maybe you've been through the difficult situation already. Maybe you were the rebellious teenager. Maybe you were the person that went down the wrong path earlier on in life. Maybe you have a checkered past. Some of us do. That's okay. It's absolutely okay. Every master was once a disaster. It's all right. But there is so much support here. I feel very strongly that you are somebody who is supposed to work with angels, so I would suggest maybe call them in, maybe ask them to help you, maybe read up on angels, maybe look into working with them in some way, shape or form, whatever resonates for you. But they are definitely here for you in a very, very big way now. You just have to invite them in and give them permission to help. So just bring in a little angel message here. Peace, There's a real message of peace coming in, and I feel like you really need that right now, pile 4. Like there may be a lot of stress in your life for many of you watching. Calm your thoughts and move your awareness to a peaceful space inside your heart. Feel the ebb and flow of love, the eternal movement of the stars. Your life is forever unfolding to greater spheres of love. Relax and do not worry about anything, for all is well. You will soon enter a time of well-earned peace and tranquility. Yes, that's such a beautiful message to come through. Such love, such support. And I think for some of you, there will be tears when you realise that the angels are there for you and that things can be different, that things can be okay for you. It does feel like many of you watching pile 4 have had a very, very difficult time recently. Very, very challenging. But the love, the help, the support from the angelic realms is here, led by Archangel Raphael. So it's all about the heart. Okay, so let's just ask if there's any advice, any other messages that Archangel Raphael or the other angels would like to bring in for you here. Oh, let's see what they've got to say. I don't believe it. That's the 3rd time I've seen this card so far in this reading. Spread your wings, spread your wings, spread your angelic wings. Oh. That's the 2nd time that one's come out. And manifest. Okay, 18, confront, making its 2nd appearance. 2, spread your wings, making its 3rd appearance of the day. And 1, manifest, making its 1st appearance. Okay. So remember, of course, you may be drawn to watch more than one reading. You may be drawn to watch 2 or 3, which is absolutely fine. You go with your intuition on that one. So spread your wings. But I want to say spread your angelic wings. I feel very strongly drawn to tell you, pile 4, that you are here to work with the angelic realms. You are here to work with angels. You may already do that, but I kind of want to take it bigger. I want to make it more important, a bigger part of your life. Perhaps there is a course for you to go on. Maybe you're drawn to do some sort of angelic healing. Maybe you are drawn to work with angels in a much deeper way, and I think that would very much suit your energy here. Confront, yes. So, I mean, in a traditional tarot deck, this is the moon. This is about confronting the unseen, looking at the darker aspects of self. With this card, I often feel it's to do with looking at the shadow self. So the aspects of self that we're not so proud of. For some of you, this is about childhood wounding. For many of you, I feel that could be the case. We all have our wounds from childhood. That's normal. Okay, nobody has a perfect childhood, and that's okay. We're not supposed to. But I want to say, because the figure in the window is so small, and that's just jumped out at me. I've never seen it like that before, but it's always different, of course. When you read a card, it means a different thing, slightly different for each person and each reading each time. I want to say particularly for the child that you were, I feel there are some deep wounds here that need addressing, and you may already be working on that. You may already be aware of it, but I just want to draw your attention to it if you're not. And I'm drawn to nighttime too as well. There's a connection to nighttime. Maybe something happened to you at night. Maybe there was a fear of the dark that wasn't acknowledged or something. That there's a connection to nighttime here as well, and that's not normally the direction I go with this card at all, but I feel that's relevant here, so I'm going to mention that one here. Manifest, yes, it does feel like you've always been in charge of your life. You've always been the one to call the shots and say, I want this, I want that, this is how I'm going to do it. Even sometimes to cut, I get the energy that maybe you're somebody that used to cut your own nose off to spite your face. You're so determined to do it your way that you'll make it extra hard for yourself. And I'm sure you had your reasons for doing that if that was the case, but there's a very determined energy that comes through with you, a very strong energy as well. You have a very strong heart. You are a beautiful, wonderful person, very original. I think you're quite fun person as well to spend time with, but a little bit different, maybe a little bit crazy in some ways. And I mean that in a nice way. I like crazy people. The best people in the world are all crazy. I'm just being told we're going to do charms in a second as well. So, believe and succeed. Yes. Daydreams and decisions. There are definitely some decisions coming up for you. And yes, you feel like one of these people who can literally create anything in your life. I would say you're probably a very good manifester. If you're working with the law of attraction, or if you're interested in that, you can, of course, read my book, which I'll link below, which is Dream Bigger, How the Law of Attraction Really Works, if that resonates for you. So believe and succeed, yes. And again, this comes through on number 6, which is the number of the heart, the sacred chalice. Yeah, you really are. If you set your heart on something, you can make it happen one way or another. I feel like you do. But I want to say be clear about what it is that you actually want, because you can manifest things and they may not always be good for you. You can manifest a relationship, but it may not always be the right thing for you. So there is a question here, I want to say. What healing do you need to do to actually achieve the things that you want in a healthy way? That's the question that I want to bring in here for you. So let's bring in the charms. Let's have a look to see what charms we've got here, see what messages the archangels have for you. So what does pile 4 need to know? What messages do you have for them this time? So we have, I love this one. I love this crazy one. So this is a dragonfly or a damselfly, as you can see, but it's a really crazy one. It's very original energy. It's very Aquarian energy. I do feel like you are here to usher in the new age, to bring in new ideas. There's this rebellious but wonderful energy that comes through. We've got the CND here as well, so maybe you are somebody that campaigns, who disagrees with the old systems, wants to bring in new ones, who disagrees with the old patriarchal systems, you know, the old outdated ones. Yes, you do love to be at the wheel of your own life. I see that, pile 4. I see you. You like to be in charge. You like to call the shots. And that's okay. I think you're supposed to do that. You are just one of these people who is a born leader. But I feel there may be a need for some healing so that you can lead without being self-destructive. Perhaps there may be some self-destructive tendencies for some of you. And then we have this beautiful leaf as well, which again is quite unusual looking. I've not seen this charm before. Sometimes they surprise me. I'll pull out a charm I've never seen before. Because there's so many of them. There's like, I don't know, 100 in there or something. Very interesting leaf. So a connection with nature there, but again, it's this very original energy. It's very different. You may be somebody that works with plants, I want to say, or works with nature, or is very drawn to do so. Perhaps you want to defend nature, you want to take care of the natural world. And if you are drawn to do that, then I would say that could be a good direction for you to go in right now. But I kind of want to say do it in your way, but there's this need for healing so that you don't do things in a self-destructive way. If you don't run yourself down too much, you don't end up doing yourself out of money, or, you know, or bringing difficulty onto yourself that you don't need, or perhaps shouldn't have to deal with. So there is that too. I'm just going to take one more, actually. I'm drawing one more charm. What have we got for powerful? Tree of Life. Ah, yes. So they really do want to talk about nature here. A strong connection to nature. Could be the nature spirits, nature religions that you want to work with here as well. Trees, absolutely, with the leaf and the Tree of Life coming through here. The Tree of Life could also be about the Kabbalah, or about higher magics. You may be drawn to work with those, or lower magics as well. I'm drawn to Wicca here for some of you as well. So very, very interesting. Whatever it is, Archangel Raphael is here to help you through it. You've also got Archangel Michael and Gabriel on your side too. Remember to call out to your angels, to your guardian angel, anytime you need anytime you need their help. They are always here for you. So thank you so much for watching pile 4. Remember, you can watch another pile or 2. You know, you can watch another one if you're drawn to do so. Thank you so much for being here with me. I really appreciate every single one of you. I read all of your comments. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please comment to let me know which archangel you picked, or which archangels in your case. I will see you very soon. Take very, very good care of yourself and your heart. Bye-bye. Hello, pile 5. You've chosen the pile of cards with the rose quartz crystal. We pop this over here, and let's take a look to see which archangel would like to work with you at this time. So the archangel we have for you is Archangel Zadkiel. Okay. Now this is an interesting one, because I wasn't originally going to include Zadkiel in this reading. I'd already picked 4 archangels, and I was told very, very strongly by my guides that Zadkiel had to be a part of this reading. And so here he is. I say he, I mean, angels don't have a sex or gender, but I say he just for ease of saying something. So Zadkiel is very much here with us. Zadkiel connects with the crown chakra, with the violet ray, with higher learning, higher spiritual learning. Also higher compassion, very, very interesting archangel to want to come through, and Zadkiel was insistent that he had to be a part of this reading. So I do feel for some of you like this is a very important reading. This does feel like for some of you there are going to be some very, very important messages for your soul's path, just because he was so insistent that he wanted to come through and be a part of this reading. So I do feel it is about psychic ability. I do feel it is about the crown chakra. You may be drawn to actually work with the violet ray, or to work with Reiki, or to work with higher energies like that, spiritual healing, spiritual communication, to help mankind. These are all things that Zadkiel can help you with. So let's bring in some more cards. The beggar. The king. Oh, I actually have 3 of these. Okay, I was only going to pick 2, but 3 wanted to come out here. So this is a little bit unusual. All the other ones only had 2 archetype cards. So the archetypes we have here, we've got the beggar, the king, and the Don Juan. Oh, wow. It's like Prince and the Pauper energy. Prince and the Pauper with a side helping of Romeo and Juliet. Obviously, Don Juan isn't in Romeo and Juliet. I know that. Very interesting. Wow. I want to say with these cards coming through here, it is I get the words barefoot healer for some of you. It's almost like on a spiritual level, you're very advanced, but you wouldn't care if you didn't have any money or not. There's almost kind of like this very spiritual energy that comes through for pile 5, which is the master walking the earth, trying to help other people, and I feel that's a big part of your lifetime here, a big part of your soul's path. And with this card coming through as well, I feel that many of your spiritual lessons may have actually come through romantic relationships. Perhaps soulmate and twin flame relationships could have been a very big part of your spiritual progress and your spiritual life, and that makes sense to me. You know, I've been connected to some people who were extremely spiritual, who taught me a lot, but were also terrible in relationships. You know, I've learned so much through my romantic relationships, whether I like it or not. It's just how it goes for some of us. But there is almost this dichotomy here between perhaps not having very much money in real life, but on the spiritual level being rich beyond belief. That there's a real rich, very rich spiritual life for you here, even if you're not rich in financial sense at this point in time. So let's bring in some more cards. Oh, we have Archangel Uriel and Archangel Raphael. Oh, well, that's unexpected. That's not the first time that's happened. That's the second time that's happened today. We've had other archangels muscling in, wanting to work with you as well. So we have Zadkiel, Uriel, and Raphael all wanting to work with you. Raphael being the head healer of all the healing angels, so that could very much tie in with spiritual healing, and Uriel, who brings in great peace and healing as well. Now this is getting very interesting. 3 archangels wanting to work with you here. So this does feel like a very important moment in your life. I want to say pile 5, it's a very important moment in your life. It is a very transformational point in your life. It could be a turning point for you as well. You might be somebody who has been earning lots of money, been, you know, very good in the corporate world or very good in business, and suddenly you kind of just want to jack it all in. You want to leave it all behind, perhaps. That could be the case for you. There's certainly a turning point here is what I want to say. There's a change, there's a shift, there's a new direction coming in. What other cards do we have? We have retreat and peaceful. Yeah, I kind of feel like I want to send you on a retreat right now. We've got Guardian Angel and Holy Spirit energy coming in here. So Archangel Uriel I do associate with peace as well, and retreat of course is for healing, which is Archangel Raphael. So it does feel as though you're very, very much divinely guided at this point in time, pile 5. So I feel like your decisions aren't completely your own right now. I feel like there is so much divine guidance stepping in to try and point you in the right direction, perhaps to get you away from a toxic relationship or relationships as well right now. It does feel like a very seminal time in your life, like a very transformational time, a time of very, very big changes, which are very much needed on your spiritual path. There's this beautiful divine peace coming down from heaven here as well, which I feel is very much needed. It feels almost like you're a spiritual teacher that's come through from a past life to help humanity at this point in time. Like you were a spiritual teacher, maybe you were an abbot or a monk or someone very advanced in religion or spirituality in times gone by. And because of that, you've come through with all of this spiritual knowledge into this lifetime. You've come here to help humanity at this time of great change as we move from the era of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. I feel like this is a very big very important part of your life and your path, even if you're not aware of it, even if you weren't aware of it previously, or perhaps you've only just started to become aware of this huge, I don't want to say burden, but that's kind of the word I get. It's almost like a spiritual burden that you carry, this deep need, this desire to help on a spiritual level, to help mankind. Clarity of belief, awaiting results. Yeah. I feel that there is this, I want to say this real need to walk your spiritual path now. To really move into a more spiritual part of your life, to step away from the mundane, to step into the spiritual, coming in with number 1 and number 7 as well. Number 1 and number 7 will be important on your path, and I am a numerologist, so I do pick out the numbers and I will mention them. 7 is the number of the mystic. It is a very spiritual number. I'm recording this on the last day of 2022 as we move into 2023, which is a number 7 year. So there could be a connection to 2023 here for you. It doesn't matter when you watch this, because this is, of course, a timeless reading. This is for you to dip into at whatever time is appropriate for you, whenever it comes into your consciousness. But yes, this is a time of new hope, a time of new beginnings, a time of being very, very clear of what direction you want to go in. And if you're not clear, but you're feeling like there's something you want to do differently, that's where Zadkiel can step in. Call Archangel Zadkiel in to help you at this time. Call Archangel Zadkiel in to guide you. Call Raphael and Uriel as well if you have challenges, physical challenges, mental health challenges in as well. I feel they will be there for you, and also for you to help other people. Okay, because this is a group reading, remember. So there are many aspects to the cards I'm pulling here. Not all of them will apply to you, but some will. So remember to take the elements of this reading that make sense for you and leave the ones that don't. So we have number 9, dreams coming true, 6, the third eye chakra, and 4, join stability. So some very spiritual colours coming through, connected to the crown chakra here. But I feel almost like spirituality brings stability for you. It feels for me like a spiritual path, a more spiritual life is what is grounding for you, calming for you, brings stability. You may be drawn to join a church, join a religion, step deeper into your spirituality in some way, with the third eye chakra coming up. I feel that you may be a natural medium. Yes. And ultimately, I think that will take you towards greater levels of happiness in your life. I mean, you may already be doing it, but I feel that is important. If you didn't have your spirituality, if you didn't have that aspect of you, I feel almost like you would feel like you'd had an arm cut off, like there was a big part of you missing. I think that for you, because you are so deeply spiritual, whether you've acknowledged that or realized it or not, it has to be a big part of your life, and it's really coming front and center right now for you, which is very exciting, but could also be quite intimidating if it's not something you were prepared for, perhaps not something you were expecting, or maybe you have known this for a very, very long time. But it does feel like a more spiritual life is very much your heart's desire. And it does feel as well that not everyone's going to be on board with that. We've got another 7 coming in here. 7 is definitely an important number for you right now on your path. It's also the number of the crown chakra, which is the energy that Archangel Zadkiel deals in. So again, that number 7, very important. The crown chakra, very important for you right now. Might be time for you to do some healing on the crown chakra, to do some Reiki on the crown chakra, or balancing with crystals that resonate with the crown chakra. So that would be purple coloured crystals. Amethyst is obviously a very obvious one there, or purpurite is another one of my favourites. It's gorgeous, it's kind of glittery. So yes, be aware that not everybody will approve of your choices, not everyone will understand your choices, because I feel there are some very spiritual choices coming in. You may be divinely guided to do so. I'm drawing a triangle. For some reason, I'm drawing a triangle. I don't know if you saw me doing that. I started drawing a triangle with my hand. So there is a connection to the triangle. The triangle is the representation of number 3 in numerology. And 3 is the divine blueprint. So it feels like there is a whole new blueprint for your life coming in right now. Or it may have already come in. You may already be aware of it, but like a whole new dimension is the word I'm being given, a whole new dimension to your life coming in now, perhaps that you weren't able to embody, or weren't ready to embody, or didn't have the luxury of doing so until this point in time. But it's very interesting. It's a very spiritual time in your life. I think this year is going to be a very spiritual year for you as well. Whenever you're watching this, it doesn't matter, but certainly not everybody is going to agree, and not everybody is going to understand, and that doesn't matter. As long as you know, you understand, That's okay. You've brought through a lot of past life knowledge with you, a lot of past life knowledge. So I want you to trust that. I want you to trust your intuition and your instincts. Okay. And remember that you can train and hone your psychic abilities, your mediumistic ability. So mediumship is the ability to communicate with the spirit world. It might be called channeling messages from people who've passed over to the spirit world. So people who were incarnated on Earth and who have, for want of a better word, died and moved over to the spirit world. But it's only the physical body that we let go of. There is no such thing as death, ultimately. So we're going to bring an angel message in for you now. Okay, let's see what else we have from the angelic realms. Oh, no, we can't have all of them. Okay, all right. Well, we'll have the ones that we can see. Okay, normally I say when a card jumps out, that's for you, but we're not going to look at all of these because that would be silly. So we're going to take this one. We're going to take this one, and this one. All right. So you see, they really want to talk to you right now. They really want to talk to you right now. The angelic realms are very chatty right now. They really want to communicate. You may have been aware of their communication already. You know, you may already work with angels. You may adore working with angels. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at the colours here, the pink and the purple. Very loving energy, very loving, higher love, higher spiritual energy coming through from the angelic realms here. So we have blessings, we have prayer, we have creativity, and we have guilt. Leave the guilt behind, okay? You are worthy. Yes, you are worthy of your great spiritual gifts as well, I want to say. Now, this is interesting because this prayer talks about guilt as well. I'm going to read this one out. So it says, Dear Guardian Angel, help me dissolve past guilt or regret. Help me to see that all is always in perfect and divine order. Help me to let go of the fear that I project on my future. Help me to live fully within each precious moment and to feel your eternal love within and around me. Help me to realise and fulfil my true potential. Thank you. And I feel like this is what this reading is all about. It's bringing in Archangel Zadkiel to help you achieve your full spiritual potential in this lifetime, which is huge for some of you. It's huge. It's very important. Okay. It doesn't necessarily involve fame and lots of money. I mean, that's what we... It's a terrible myth that we've picked up in this lifetime, isn't it? That, oh yes, if you're important, then you have lots of money and influence. Well, not necessarily. Okay, that's meaningless in the grander scheme of things. Wow, let go of the guilt now. It is okay for you to walk your spiritual path. Accept the blessings that are being showered on you by these amazing archangels. Yes, and I think as well you'll be creating a whole new life for yourself. It does feel like a very, very big pivotal moment for you at this point in time. And Archangel Zadkiel is absolutely here to love and support you through it. So I'm going to bring in my D&D dice here, which I use for numerology. I've just been drawn to do that. Oops, let's try and pick them up. And we'll have a look at the numerology that will be affecting you, I want to say, for the next year. Okay, so what numerology have we got here affecting pile 5? What do we need to know? Okay, so we have 11. Oh, okay, sorry, that flipped over to 2, but it was 11. And that's fun because 11 is 11 too. In numerology, we reduce 2-digit numbers to 1. So 11 reduces to 2 because it's 1 plus 1. That's fun. That's very fun that they just did that. And 11 is a very powerful angel number. You may have seen it. It may keep showing up on your path. You may notice it every time your clock goes to 1111, you know. That's an angel message, all right? 1111 is divine angel message. I want to say divine magic for you as well. And when we have 2 11s like this, we call this the pillars of the temple. This is a very, very sacred numerology when we have 11 and 11. It's the pillars of the temple. It feels like you are building a new temple for humanity, for yourself, bringing in this new spirituality for humanity, bringing in this new wisdom, this new old wisdom, because it does come from past lives. Humanity already knows this stuff. You're just helping to bring it back into our consciousness in this particular era when we have lost it or forgotten it, or it's been hidden from us and we weren't able to teach it. And I'll just show you, we have two as well. on our little tetrahedron. I love the tetrahedron. We have number 2 as well coming in strongly with the 2 11s there. So 11-2. I love that energy for you. Look out for 11-11. That's a very, very meaningful number combination for you for the next year. Of course, we have a number 7 coming in. I'm not surprised at all. 7, the number of the mystic, bringing great mystical knowledge. You may feel drawn to go on a retreat. You may feel like the card suggested, a spiritual retreat, a yoga retreat, a well-being retreat. You may just want to step out of life for a bit and spend time in meditation, contemplation. That's absolutely okay. If you're drawn to do that, there's a reason for that. All right. Obviously, you have to be practical. You might need to earn money to live on. But if you can allow yourself to have that time, to have that space, then I would say that's a very good thing for you to do at the moment. So we have number 4. But it comes in on this wonderful shape here, which is like 2 pyramids sort of stuck together. It has 8 sides, octahedron, is it? I forget. I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments. But we have number 4, which is a very practical number. It's a very grounded number, but it can also be hard work. I feel like you've done enough hard work. Yes, there is more work towards your spiritual goals, I want to say, towards your mystical knowledge. Maybe you feel drawn to read spiritual and mystical texts at this point in time, and you can get many of them for free online. But I want to say that's okay. That is what supports and grounds you. I think for you, spirituality is very grounding, which almost sounds a little contradictory in terms, but that's very much the energy that I get. We have 6. 6 has shown up quite a bit in your cards here as well. 6 is the number of the heart, the divine chalice. So this is coming from your heart's true desire. I feel your spiritual heart, your higher heart, the higher aspects of self really want to do this. This is your real love, your true love coming through now. And we had the Don Juan card. So this is your true love. Your spirituality is your true love. And for some of you, there may be a true love coming into your life at this time, or they may already be here. So we could be dealing with twin flame relationships, soulmate relationships. And 50, I love 50. It's such a wise number to come through, such wisdom, but wisdom that you're conscious of, I want to say as well. Very balanced, because it's halfway to 100. It is the mind. It's a very adventurous number, and it brings in a whole new possibility for a whole new world and a whole new way of thinking, perhaps for you as well. Perhaps you're drawn to study philosophy, theosophy, is that a word? Theology, religion, spirituality. I can certainly see you being drawn to do that. So, wow, pile 5, that was a lot. That was a lot. I'm so excited for you, I really am. I think this is going to be a very, very interesting time for you in your life. Remember to call in Archangel Zadkiel. He is there and ready and waiting to work with you. I think it's going to be a very, very exciting time. I'm also very drawn. I'm just going to pick up one of these crystals. So this is the Merkaba. You can read up more about Merkabas or watch a video about them. There's so much information. I'm very drawn to the Merkaba shape for you, which is basically like 2 tetrahedrons which are sort of intersecting each other. And it's this gorgeous, it's also the Star of David, but in 3D form. So I'm very drawn to that particular form for you. So I'm just going to put that one out there. So, wow, it's going to be an interesting time. Pile 5. Remember, if you feel drawn to watch any of the other piles as well, please do so. Absolutely, watch as many as you feel drawn to watch. Please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave me a comment to say which archangel or archangels you chose. I will see you very soon. Take very, very good care of yourself. Sending you so much love and so many blessings. Bye-bye.